All right. Good afternoon, good evening, podcast world, and especially you folks out here on Facebook.
Yeah.
Here we are with episode. What did she say it was? Episode
16.
16. My God,
All
where's the
right.
time
We
gone?
still babies.
We got a really special guest for you this evening.
Woo.
Tanya's going to read. Tanya, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody out there in podcast world.
Right. We're going to read the bio, and we're going to get into this thing. So let's get started.
Yeah, welcome and thank you all for listening. And I know you said we have a special guest, and I know I say that about all the guests, but she is special to me. We have Miss Destinee McEwen, the cancer conqueror.
Woo.
The third eldest of six children. She graduated from Detroit School of Arts High School. At age 15, she became the founder of two nonprofit organizations. We have Project Life LLC and From Girl to Queen. And after high school, she attended Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida, majoring in psychology and music with a minor in religion and philosophy. It was here she was diagnosed with stage 2 cardiac sarcoma. This is cancer of the heart, and beat it, only for it to return 6 months later. Currently in stage 4, diagnosed with what is this, glioblastoma,
Mhm.
and still continues to fight. This fight created the hashtag Fight Like Dads movement and also a scholarship foundation for college students and high school seniors. This foundation is committed to meeting the financial needs of students who achieve academically with an emphasis on teaching recipients to pay it forward as well. She has an upcoming book, the word destiny, Destiny versus destiny, her name. Stage 4, The Pursuit of Peace, her autobiography. All right, Destiny. And Miss Destiny lives by Romans 8 and 18. The pain you've been feeling cannot compare to the joy that is to come. And she knows what that's all about, no matter what. She's in a win-win situation.
All right. How you doing, Destiny?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. Say hi to everybody out there listening.
Hey, y'all. What's up? It's Best the Best.
That's right. Okay, so now the first thing I tell you we do is we talk about our guest schooling. So you went to Detroit High School,
Yeah, Detroit
art,
School of Arts.
School of Arts.
Mhm.
What was that like?
Um, it was it was fun. I had fun performing.
Right.
I was a vocal man, so I was pretty busy, always traveling, always singing with Miss Valentine, who's from New Prospect too.
Okay.
Up under her and everything. So, but actual school, I could do without. Yeah,
That's right.
that was boring.
I know, but that traveling made it fun.
Right. And then
Yep.
and then you went to Bethune Cookman,
Yes.
HBCU.
Yes. Hell Wildcats. I'm a forever Wildcat. Forever a Wildcat. I couldn't finish there. They gave me a little scholarship to come back to finish because got sick and had to leave.
Mhm.
And so that's my dream, is to finish and not do it based on like honorary degrees that they have options for me. They wanted to give me because I was sick. I want to finish myself
Yeah.
100%.
Right. Yeah. And right. So you check off two of the educational boxes that we like to talk about: DPS and HBCU.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the point there, so you'll know, is that it just shows that those two entities, DPS gets a lot of bad publicity, got some good
Yeah.
publicity today actually, and HBCUs, people don't think highly, some people don't, but we know that they produce some of the brightest and best of our community, without a doubt. And as Charles Primus told us a few weeks ago, the graduation rate at HBCUs is through the roof compared to the other schools.
Yep.
Yeah, so we love that. So we're gonna run on past that. You got some other stuff going on here that because I'm gonna jump around with what's happening before I get to your foundations and such. April 2013, Carnegie
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Tell them about that.
Okay, so we did a competition with Miss Malabed from my school. She is our vocal teacher. She's like the vocal master
Mhm.
teaching. And usually it's a lot of, Caucasian sisters and brothers doing it, never Black girls, auditioning to be a part of it. So
Sure.
we actually auditioned and then was able to headline it.
Okay.
So it wasn't just a competition. They had the concert, and then all of us singing, different singers came along. We met people from all over the world,
All right.
and we sang at the actual, what was it? It was almost like a little retreat. They teach you different music, and you get to
Okay.
see it. And then because we won, we were able to get put in like the best hotel you can ever imagine, and get treated like royal princesses,
Right.
back then.
Yes.
And that was crazy because I never dreamed of like I would be able to be on the stage
Yes.
at Carnegie Hall, because that was like my main goal
Ooh.
anyway. And so since I was able to go out there, and she believed in me to put me out there and to represent DSA, represent the school, it was amazing.
All right. All right.
That was
And I see that you sang for the president,
yes.
Mr. Barack
We
Obama.
yes, the Barack Obama. Yes.
That's right. Let's
He
put a little emphasis on that, girl.
right. They had like at one point where how you'll have they will have different events at the White House where they will bring some students for like different events, Memorial Day, Independence Day, stuff like that. So we were able to go put in an application to sing the Star Spangled Banner and America the Beautiful.
Okay.
And I didn't think that I would make it as far as I did in the competition, because I knew I was okay. I just knew it was like people that were better than me that put in their tapes. And so I was chosen, but that year, I don't know if y'all remember, the bombing in Boston happened the weekend I was supposed to go to the White House. And so I got like this special treatment, special phone call, special video, everything done. And I still was able to sing. It was via recording and stuff. Still was able to meet him and everything. And that was crazy.
Yeah.
That
It was. Oh my goodness, look at God.
Right. Yeah, because see you being as young as you are, us folks right here, that was him being elected president was something we didn't think would ever happen in our lifetime.
Exactly.
We never think that would happen. And then what really got me was he's the first president that I was older than. so that right. So you already you're doing things, you're moving and shaking. At age 15, you founded 2 nonprofits. Let's hear about those.
Well, I founded Project Life first. I was like, I always gave back, always did stuff, but really New Prospect pushed that in me. And so when we were younger, of course, being a part of like different things at New Prospect, they always make you go to Forgotten Harvest, different things like that. I grew up real homeless with my birth mother. In shelters, didn't have any food. So every time, like, you can ask any friend to this day, any homeless person that I see, if I have a package or anything, I give it to them, money, fruit. And so I remember riding in the car, and I was with my dad, and we was in the van, and we were riding like on 8 Mile and like right by Greenfield, that little intersection right there.
Yes.
And the homeless man was sitting there, and he was just like, I want some food. That's all he kept saying. So I'm like, I got this orange back here, and I got a banana. So I told my dad to pull over the car so I can give it to him. So I did that. And I remember that feeling. And I think I remembered it because somebody did that for me when we were our mom and we didn't have nothing. And I remember like different people giving us things. So I was like, well, I don't want anybody to go hungry. I know what that feels like. So let's see what it takes to get this turned into an organization. And Miss Nancy from New Prospect, Pastor Jay, hooked me up with Nancy. She showed me the steps to do it. And even before it became a like organization, she donated like maybe 20 gallons of water to the project and fruit. And then Pastor Jay made the church, asked the church to bring donations. So I was like, we really got to turn this into something, because I got like 1,000 snacks and all this stuff. That's what made me do that for the homeless. And then from girl to queen, I always had problems with my self-esteem. A lot of people think that I'm just like, because I'm always like on the stage, that's just because I'm a performer, but I'm really like shy. I like to be like by myself and all like that. So I wanted to show girls, that it's okay to be different and you can still be beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
And really to help our girls' relationship with Christ. It's a Christ-based foundation, because also it was kind of scary going to school and hearing some girls' conversations because I wasn't doing the things that they were doing, and but just being around it. And I didn't want girls who also are like me, people who call me church and all that stuff in school, to feel left out. So I made that for them. And so that grew, and I put it all up under the umbrella of Project Life. And it just has different tags up under, so different outreach programs up under the whole foundation.
Okay. Wow.
You were mentoring to girls from what age?
14 to 17.
All right. And you know,
well done.
and that's why I sent, when I said Brandish your information, I told her, what I tell you, Brandish, conqueror.
Yeah.
I mean, you listening to your story, you know, you face, and we ain't got to the real serious stuff, but you face obstacle after obstacle, challenge after challenge, and every time you stepped up, and you, instead of crying in your milk, if you will, you stepped up and tried to help people who might be experiencing the same thing you were, and that's beautiful.
You are so brave.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's one of the reasons why we wanted you to be on here, and also. And while you're doing all that, still singing like an angel.
I know. Look at you now. Look where he brought you from.
I love y'all.
Right. So now you get to Bethune-Cookman, and you get diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, it first started here at home.
Okay.
I was having like chest pain, but I've been having them since like maybe 10th grade. So this chest pain went on for over time. And before, doctors were saying like, oh, you just have an enlarged heart. You just have a, small slight little problem. And, exercise and we'll just keep monitoring, but they didn't think it would be dangerous. And then I remember having a performance and I actually like passed out. And I still wanted to perform though. So like when I came to, I still wanted to perform. My teachers was not having it.
Right.
And as time went on, I remember I was like coughing. This is during the hospital, coughing, but like a little blood came up.
Yeah.
So I was scared. I really thought I was gonna die. I literally am dramatic. So I went through it that whole week or whatever, and went out for testing, did all the testing, met all these doctors. This is before any test results came back. And then I went down to Bethune-Cookman and started performing, doing, everything regular. Didn't hear back. So I thought everything was just okay. And as time went on, I got sick, more and more sick, and then had to be rushed to the hospital. I was down there. And that's when they confirmed, something is wrong. Your white blood cell count is low. Your chest, your heart exam looks a little abnormal. So we want to take you in. So that was scary because I was down there by myself. Right. And went through that. And the day I found out, it was just the world stood still for just a little while.
Yeah.
It stood still while I was down there. So. Right.
And so that's when they told you that you needed to get back up here. You decided you need to come back here to do treatment.
Detroit. First, I didn't. I stayed down there. They have a lot of holistic doctors and stuff down there. And so I know like everybody was pushing like back then, like be a vegan, do this, do that. As soon as I got sick. So I went those routes, did holistic, went into remission. So I was like, okay, I can stay. Only thing that I was worried about was during school, when I actually started treatment and some sort of treatment, then went holistic, my grades started slipping tremendously. Like I didn't have the energy to do nothing. I mean, GPA never saw a 2.0. Like that's how bad it was. And so that's only then when I considered coming home because I knew it was too much on me. And then when I got the good news, I was like, well, let's just stick it out. So I was able to like try to make up classes. And then right before school resumed in August, got hit with it again. And it came back and full blown, just like different parts of my body.
Yeah. Okay. You got something you want to answer right now?
Yeah, I mean, how did you overcome the fears of this, your treatments and your side effects?
Well, first, I didn't overcome it. I think that I became real numb to pain. Like,
Okay.
because of my life has been so painful, I was like, well, this is just something else that I'm gonna have to deal with. So like I would do dumb stuff, knowing that I shouldn't do it. Like I still like be around my friends without them telling them that I'm sick. Because a lot of friends didn't know I was sick. People from church didn't know I was sick. And so I would still like go, and I know I shouldn't have been traveling with the choir. I travel, never stop traveling. Like we were on the plane like once, twice every other week. Like it was just crazy.
Wow.
And so I was just doing stuff like that to try to keep me busy. And it hasn't been until like recently where I'm able to sit down and, say, okay, Destinee, like it's okay to deal with this, and it's okay to have this fear over this and that. So out of all of it, my biggest fear is just needles still.
Yeah, well, that's a fear a lot of us have.
Yep.
Right. So you finally slowed down, I guess, enough to be treated. And so then, what was the next step? Because I know we've been following your treatments, and I know you've been going through a lot. So what was the next step? How did you handle?
Well, the next step, 2015, I came home for good. My friend Deanna was murdered at school. So that big old like murder, that whole thing.
Yeah.
It only took a few days
that.
for me to like catch a ticket. Like Pastor Jay was like, here, it's time for you to come home. I literally was the sickest for about that whole week. And so I just know I needed to get here, get the doctors that I needed, who are gonna like take care of me, because it is a rare disease, so I am a special case. So that means I needed somebody who wasn't just gonna prescribe me medicine all the time and then toss me to the side. So I decided to come up here, and I moved here shortly after Deanna's funeral, and met with some great doctors. And I was at Henry Ford at first, and then I moved over to Beaumont, and then I moved with Carmanos, and then I moved back to Beaumont because I wasn't getting the answers that I needed. Like the type of treatment that I wanted.
Right.
And I just didn't want anything to make me look really sick or give me all those side effects. I don't like anything with a lot of side effects. I'm not gonna take it. Like that's just me. So I turned down a lot of medicine, which some people would say like, do you regret it? But I don't. I feel like that is why I'm still here. I made my choices how I wanted to make it for my health.
So let me ask you a question. And I didn't want to go into this thing, but since I asked you, so you were there when she was murdered?
Yes. I was in school. We were, we have like this campus queen thing, HBCUs, they got campus queens, and I was a campus queen that year. And I was getting ready. I had just got an iPhone, and my friend Deanna, she was in a car with my other friends who also were a part of the tragic incident.
Right.
All a part of the choir. And I had just FaceTimed them. They were actually at Walmart. And so we FaceTimed them, telling her like I got a phone. She was so happy. And she was supposed to go pick up my crown for me to, get ready to, get crowned or whatever properly. And so like, it was like maybe 1:30 and my stomach just felt really strange. And then we got an alert on our phone that the campus said it was like a shooting around the area. I immediately thought that something was wrong, like instantly. Like soon as like I talked to Deanna, something just didn't feel right. And then the person who murdered her was our friend Lisa's boyfriend, and he was upset about rent money, because they didn't want him to stay there. They found out that he had a record.
Right.
And Deanna, she actually stayed on the on-campus apartment. She just was driving the car and letting, like, if you knew Deanna, she helped everybody. So she took them to the grocery store to set up their house. And so she decided to go in and help them put up the groceries. And he didn't want to they gave him his money back. He didn't want that. And he left out with an attitude and came back and he killed his girlfriend and then decided to kill everybody else. Yeah. And then I remember just that day, everybody's calling everybody, and I'm calling everybody I can think of. Like, if you speak to Deanna, let me know. And then like around 3:30, I called her dad. And I didn't tell them that the school was on lockdown, none of that stuff, because they knew that it was BCU students, but they just didn't want to tell us right away because she hadn't been identified yet. And so I asked him, I said, I haven't talked to Deanna all day, but I just wanted to see if you talked to her or whatever. And he was like, no, I haven't talked to her. And then I got the call at like midnight that night. And it was him. And he was telling me that it was Deanna. And at that point, I was just like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're right. That and craziness on top of everything else you're dealing with, then you had to go through that as well. So anyway, when you made it back here, you started going through your treatment, and so you said you had. So we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. You at stage 4 right now.
Yes.
And so, how often do you get treatment now?
None. I actually turned down treatment about a year ago.
Okay.
I was always wishy-washy because I basically, it's crazy to say, I just didn't want to die. So I felt like treatment was helping me not die. But because I'm not really concerned about my heart no more, the cancer is still there. But it's more under control. It's really my brain, that the tumors that moved there. So that's what makes me stage 4. Because the actual cancer in my brain is stage 4, and I did not want to continue to put my body through that much, because the medicine for that is so the side effects are so severe. I don't even yes, severe is the word. Very severe. Can't walk, can't see, dizzy all the time, can't do anything, just mopey, and everybody know I'm always doing something, so I don't like to be tied down. Right. And then I prayed about it and just kept waiting on the answer, should I do this, should I do that? And then I just realized that I was still happy even if I didn't have this treatment, and even if me dying faster would happen, I would be okay. So I decided that this year, 2020 alone, it was just too much, and my health started declining fast this year. So I was like, I just don't want no more medicine. I just want to live. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've heard people saying the same thing, that because they say the medicine, that the hope with especially with chemo is that your body can withstand the damage that chemo's doing. So yeah, right. So right. So through all this, then you came up with the hashtag Fight Like Des. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about that. Fight Like Des. It's a big movement. It's popping everywhere on social media. I'm so happy about that. It's about a lot of people, which y'all found out in the book, a lot of people just know me for being sick, and that's it. They don't know my whole story. And so Fight Like That for me was more than just this little small piece in it. It was fight like me, look at my life, and find your battle, and be able to fight and help out your next brother and sister along with it. So Fight Like That stands for whatever your battle is. All right. Still in the book. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. Right. Because I remember you telling the story about when you first started telling your story to people, that you were contacted by a woman from some other state, telling you how inspired she was by your story. Oh yeah. Yeah. That happened I think it was 2016. Yeah. And I think I did an interview. This was my first interview, and I never knew I would inspire people. It sounds crazy because you think your life, since I lived it, I know it was bad, the stuff I've been through. But I ain't think, my mom always taught me somebody's always worse off than you. Yes. So I never thought it would be an inspiration. So when she called me, actually she emailed me first, and then I gave her my number, and she expressed to me how she was able to get through what she was going through and everything. And she wasn't sick with cancer. Okay. That's when I knew that this is for me. Helping people was for me, period. Yeah. Right. 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 And so I don't know, I guess it's connected. So you were one of the Pistons decided to reach out to you. Is that how it went? Oh yeah. I worked with Wish Upon a Team, and they throw out proms and everything. I did a photo shoot. What is it called? My brain. What is it called? Runway model. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Fashion show. And Andre Drummond was there, and all these other Pistons in Langston. And so we back there taking pictures and everybody's going crazy because it's the Pistons. But you know me, I play basketball. So I told Drummond about himself. I was in the back. And all these other kids was all, hi, smiling. I'm like, no, you need to, you know, be aggressive out there.
You
And
coach
he
him up.
talked to me. He's like, who is this girl? Like, what is she? And then Langston, he liked how I was talking to him, and he was just like, he liked how he didn't like, it didn't matter of their like, you know, monetary status or who they are as people. I still was telling them whatever. So
That's right.
yeah, so he invited me to a game, and I was like, oh, so Andre didn't want to invite me to the game. So we just started like talking, build a relationship, and that's my bud. He's gonna be at everything. He's been at everything ever since.
All right, that's beautiful.
Girl, look at you. You a star.
They're good people.
Yeah, yeah. And I asked for you to share that because, you know, a lot of times there are only certain players that we know what's going on with them, because a lot of guys do stuff and they don't advertise it. They just do it because it's the right thing to do. And he struck me as being a genuine kind of guy when I saw that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And he talk like a preacher. I think he gonna preach. That's what he's getting into.
Well, on that team, he might need to preach.
Right.
Oh man. So then you started a scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay, let's share that, because there's some folks out here might not know.
Yeah, so I got a scholarship for high school students and college students. I only take up to freshman year of college. It's a scholarship built on Fight Like Death. And again, like, it's for whatever your battle is. The applications turn out different each year. This will be, I believe, the third year. And some questions are like, the students have to write about a time in their life where they encountered a struggle and how they were able to overcome it, or they write in to me like a volunteer opportunity. I picked the kid with the best project, and without them knowing, we make the project happen. So then we invite them to do their volunteer project, and then I award with the scholarship. So this year we had Erin McGee, and she was actually the recipient for this spring or whatever, but COVID hit. Right. So then our finance hit, so we had to wait. But we took her project and we're blessing her for the upcoming year. She's a part of this class.
Okay.
And
See, I didn't know that part, that they do something about a project and then you make the project happen.
Yes. Yeah. Last year we did a baby shower, community baby shower. And I just saw like this, she was just like, well, I want to do this. I always thought about doing this. And she was like, my sister needed a baby shower and they didn't have a lot of money. So I was like, well, let's get your sister and let's get a couple more women in Detroit. And I just posted in like, it's this page called Detroit Girls Link on Facebook. And it's just like a lot of people who need help, or people who give to different organizations who need stuff. And so they got me in touch with 3 other women, and we were able to bless them and do a baby shower for them. Oh wow! And that was cool.
Right. So how would somebody donate to your fund?
You can donate to, it would be Fight Like Death on Cash App. In your bio, you will put exactly what it's going for. So when you send for what, because there's 2 accounts linked to it, so then we'll be able to separate it the right way. You can do PayPal, Fight Like Death Foundation, and check Fight Like Death Foundation. And that's pretty much it. The donation part will be ending in November because we only take up to a certain amount. Because I don't know if you know, but the shirts and the hats and stuff that I sell, all that goes to it too. So once I meet the mark, I don't keep taking money. I don't do that. So it stops in the middle of November.
Okay. So and I was gonna wear my shirt, but I washed it today.
I thought about the same thing. I thought about wearing it, and I was like, I'm not going to the basement to go get it.
Yeah, I wore it the other day, and I had to wash it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
But so how would one buy one of your shirts? Because you got some nice shirts.
Yeah, you will visit www.bonfire.com, and then it's backslash, and everything is Fight Like Death. So if you just, even if you go on the website and type in Fight Like Death, my whole store will come up. And then I would say buy it, because next week I put out hats and stuff. So you can do that. And baby onesies and those little cute little winter coats.
Yeah.
We got those too. So yeah, go on there, buy it up.
That's right. That's
Ooh,
right.
business woman.
She going through some stuff, but she going through it fighting.
Yeah, I mean.
I like that.
Girl,
like that.
you wake up with energy, don't you? You ain't supposed to have any, but you wake up with it. I love it.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about your book that's coming up, and so you say your inspiration was your mother and Pastor Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us some more about your upcoming book.
It's called Destinee versus Destiny, and I got that title when I was younger. I always wanted to write a book. I knew I would write a book. I just didn't know when.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama would always tell me that, like, she was like, "This is you." I've always been like that kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm like in a race with myself and also with the plan that God gave me. So I'm it's His will against my fleshly will.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a book about my pursuit of peace. One thing throughout this whole entire fight, what struggled with me the most was my peace. Everything was interrupted. Everything was just so loud around me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So during treatments, and so this walk hasn't been easy at all. And then I started writing in diaries at 7, and I have some diaries and diary entries from that age, from 7 up until now.
Oh wow!
And it's put in the book, so it's written the exact same way. Some of them will have pictures beside it, so you'll be able to see, like, this literally came right out of what I wrote from when I was younger. And it basically tells my life, and it's narrated by me. It is an autobiography, and it is my life in just a few hundred pages. And you get to see more of me and my thoughts, how I think, and then hopefully be able to find your path on how to get peace, because a lot of us deal with a lot of different things. And if we're at peace with certain things, a lot of things will be made easier. So y'all be able to see that and see the tribute to Pastor Jay in there, to my mom, to Deanna, and then my siblings, pictures with the president, it's gonna be in there. And then it just talks about a lot of that, from rape, from abuse, physical, mental, all that through high school, stuff that people didn't know in the church, that happened in the church, but with our church family that didn't know what was happening at home. Just raw. It's real raw.
It sounds like it. Oh,
it's gonna be good. The tearjerker.
I can't wait. I'm like, okay, this is a movie.
Right. We
like, one day.
I know.
We love a good tearjerker. So it always amazes me, and I guess it's just godly ordained. I never understood, when people write things or share things when they're young, when they're real young, and then
you still real young.
Well, but I'm talking about real young,
saying,
7, and so then now here you are now, and you got a diary. Well, I don't want to say diary, but you actually have documented how you were thinking and feeling at that moment. As opposed to trying to look back and remember it. And so I guess she was destined to write a book. I wish I had that kind of foresight when I was young, to write down my life. I guess I didn't think it was gonna be that special.
Look at you now, though. Look at
that 7. Well, I'm like you on that one, honey. 7. I've had some first and second graders now. That's first and second grade.
Right. Okay. Now.
Right.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So now this is what I want to do, and then we get back to the business at hand. But we always on this podcast, we always ask our guests this question. You see the title, "Things My Mother Never Told Me." And is there anything that you've encountered, and that your mother didn't prepare you for, or didn't give you thought about it when it came up? You was like, wow, I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, she didn't teach me about taxes.
She did.
And the whole adult part, she didn't.
Oh,
she
didn't
teach me about that.
Okay.
No. Bills, all that.
Uh-huh.
They missed out that whole part.
Okay.
That whole part I missed.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Well, that ain't so bad. That's just a little thing.
It is. It's expensive being an adult. It's too much.
Look, some millennials will tell you the same thing.
Yes.
Now you know.
Taxes, everything for everything. Gotta have all these documents. Gotta have all.
Yeah.
That's why I need like my mom for my appointments. I gotta remember all that. Like, no.
I know it's too much, and we look back too, because you babies didn't come with manuals or anything else. And right. Next thing you know, we doing all these sacrifices. You be like, I wanted to go out. I wanted a new pair of shoes. I wanted to, go on vacation. But hey.
Yeah, I think sometimes
raising you.
I think sometimes parents purposely don't tell their kids about them type of things. We want y'all to know that it ain't easy being an adult.
Yeah. That's how it went. She knew, and she just was like, "Nope, I'm gonna let them go."
Sometimes we can't tell you. You got to show them, stick your finger in the socket.
Right.
Right. And if she'd have told you, you probably would have forgot about it. Anyway.
Yep, and would have just went over your head. I don't know. This was a writer right here.
Yeah, she'd have wrote it down. She said, wait a minute. On September 23rd, 19.
No, I think I would have. I did that for cavities. My mama told me about cavities. And I did like this whole research thing about cavities. So you can ask any family member, I do not eat candy. Like nothing sweet. I have never since like 8 years old, never. It's crazy.
Wow. That's why you got forever teeth like me.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So now you just told us something she told you that led you down a real good path. Because that candy ain't good for you. It tastes good, but it ain't good. Yeah, I'm about to get to that right here. I'm playing around with the little sheet she gave me. So now you got some other stuff that you want to get into coming up. A podcast. You say you want to do an app. Let's talk about those.
Okay, the podcast is called Survival's Chronicles. Okay. So since I've been on yours, y'all gonna be on mine. Okay. So you can link up. But it's just each episode is just a word. So we pick out a word. The first one will be introduction to the book. So the first word is peace. Mm-hmm. And so that's when it's not a recording where you will see my face. It'll just be me talking and stuff. Yeah. And it'll just be about real life issues and everything. It's a faith-based podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay. I wouldn't say I'm just trying to teach faith, like type thing. Because I think sometimes in business aspect, if you just always, because I'm always saying like God is good. I'm always giving God glory no matter what I do. Mm-hmm. But the more I found out, the more you put that in like the actual, if I was able to sell it to a Christian gospel or whatever, many people won't buy it. If they just hear you talking about their life and then it's relatable, but then you tie it into God, they'll still want to hear it. So that's the route I'm going. Yeah. So it can be like,
well, a lot of times when we do sermons or teach or do Bible study, a lot of times that's the whole goal, is to make it so people can relate to it. Because a lot of folks, if you beat them over the head with God, they're gonna tune out. So you give them God, and they don't really realize that you're giving them God. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. That's the goal. Yeah. Yeah, and that's cool. But like now this podcast here, we do the video thing because we like that. Yeah, I think if we look too good to hide. So
right, you might be on camera. Look at y'all.
Right, but we also post this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes now. We're on Amazon, and various sites, and those are just audio. So so I understand your process. We just wanted to do a little live thing on Facebook. We like Facebook so much.
Y'all like Spotify?
I shouldn't say this out loud. I've listened to it on Spotify, but I mostly do Apple Podcasts when I listen to it. But I also created a YouTube channel, and so I post the actual video like we got right now on YouTube.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's
yeah.
sweet.
Because some
So
people,
yeah, keep smiling. You're gonna be on YouTube.
right? Yeah, because
Right.
some
I'm a
people.
little behind in technology. I don't know why. I'm not a regular millennial.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because regular millennials think about themselves more than they do others. At least that's what I heard.
Right.
Yeah. So and you truly aren't that. Yeah. But some people would rather see a product to listen to it, and others just don't have time. They would rather be doing something and listening while they're doing something else, like driving or cleaning the house or whatever. So we try to have best of both worlds, if you will. So that's cool.
I guess.
Yeah. So
That's sweet.
okay. So what's the app going to be?
Dang. Can I? Let me look at. I'm gonna make sure at the email if I can say it. If I can say it on it, I think I can. I don't want to get in trouble, y'all know. I've been getting in trouble lately saying stuff too fast, and
Oh yeah.
I've been getting in trouble.
It's a tricky word.
Well, if you already know it's for you, it's for you. Remember, you always in a win-win situation.
That's right.
Right. Okay, so I can a little bit. The app that's coming, you'll be able to access the podcast off there, and it will have like I'm having a website, but it'll be like in the app form as well.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to read the book on there. So y'all the first to hear that. I get to put the book on the app.
Okay.
And then there will be like inspirational videos, and it will be from people who have already joined my podcast.
Okay.
After we do the podcast, because I'm gonna get with y'all.
Okay.
After we do it, you guys get to make a video based on the word that you guys spoke about that week during the podcast.
Oh wow.
And then your little video, the producer would just shoot it. So that we do ours, he would still shoot you guys's, and you'll do your video based off your words. So whatever that word may be, you get to basically talk more about it. So we don't know if the video will actually be for the promotion for that podcast that you're on it, or I would just do it to where it'll be you explaining more of the word if the podcast run out of time.
Okay. So now wait a minute. Now I'm intrigued. So the word, is it a word that the guests themselves come up with, or you give them a word?
I give them a word.
All right, I like that. I like that.
They're all words that mean a lot to me, and I think it'll mean a lot to y'all. So I give you a lot of time to come up with not a lot. I guess to me 2 weeks is enough time, but I mean 2 weeks, and we have the conversation based on the word, and then you give me from your point of view. So I have like from different generations, so we can hear it from everybody's perspective in that episode. And then the older generation on certain episodes, those will be the ones we do the video for, because that's also what I love. I love like my grandma's generation and all that good stuff.
Watch your
I
mouth.
like honest and real kind of way.
Wait, watch this. Watch your mouth. What you trying to say?
No. I don't think it was always my grandma. She kind of up there. But no, y'all, you can say a lot of powerful things. I think a lot of us in our generation, we have a hard time with listening. So I feel like if I continue to push that out more, I love a wise person. I love when you're able to speak into my life and you make it plain. So that's what I'm trying to do, get the point across like that.
Okay. That sounds real good. Thank you. From what I'm hearing, you got a winner.
No.
That's a winner.
And you said you had some partnerships with something else coming up?
Yes, I'm doing some I think I can announce that in November, but I'm doing some partnerships with a major TV company.
Okay.
All right.
And they are going to help me develop the app. And also I would have like a small little segment on that channel. And it'll be like right before like the commercial time. So it'll be quick. But eventually it'll be big, because my goal is a movie. So I'm working my way up to there. So like so far we talked to like Queen Latifah production company and all that stuff. So hopefully hopefully me getting this partnership and all that, she gets to see like I'm really trying to work with you and you can turn this into a movie. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Girl, I am blown away. Do you hear me?
Yes.
I am blown away.
Yes. Big dreams.
I love y'all.
Yeah, the big dreams and they coming true one by
Yes,
one.
they are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's
You're going to
wonderful.
see this manifest. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put that
Y'all
out
been
there
here
in
with
the
me since
atmosphere.
day one though.
Right. And that's
Y'all
what
been here with me since day
right.
Yeah.
And what I like is that you have a vision and you don't just sit there thinking about how you're gonna make it happen. You get to working on making it happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, you got
I
some
don't live by-
contacts. You got some
I
people.
try. I just be stalking people. I just go to their DM like 50,000 times, and then I pay attention to pictures. So if she's taking a picture with her assistant, I'm gonna follow her assistant and then email her. So that's how I was able to do
That's
it.
how you did. Yeah, I'm telling you, girl, ain't nothing like a plan.
Okay.
And see, you showing folks how they can maneuver.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to maneuver.
Yeah.
Because folks that have what you're trying to get or are where you're trying to go, they're there and you're not. So it ain't like you just gonna run into each other on the street. Although every once in a while you might. But even if you do though, you got to be ready. You got to have a plan of action. So if you run into them, what you gonna do? What you gonna say?
Not only that, sweetie pie, you are so nice, and it pays to be kind.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Pays to
I try to.
Yeah. I fell in love with you instantly.
Right.
Right.
My
favorite.
And I didn't know you were sick, but I fell in love with you instantly.
Yeah, we had a guest on it, and they said we got into that kind of conversation. It was like people remember more how you make them feel than what you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so kindness goes a long way.
It does.
And not even necessarily to them, but somebody, like you said, the assistant. I keep up with the assistant. There we go.
Yep.
Hey, fruits of the spirit.
And the funny thing, the assistant see your name or come across their boss's desk, and they be like,
I know that.
I know her.
Yes.
I don't know where I know her from, but I know her.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go ahead and talk to her.
Yeah.
And don't know you from
Adam. I'm like, check your DM. You already got like 2 missed messages from me without even knowing.
He'll make sure it get to the top.
Right.
Right. So let me ask you, is there anything else that you well, first of all, is there anything else you want to ask her?
No, you know what, I did want to ask one more question. What do others close to you do for you that made a difference?
Others close to me do for me that made a difference?
Mm-hmm.
Like a difference, how, like in my life, like
in your life, or have done in the past.
Or doing for you now.
Or doing for you now.
I would say, well, 2 people. My Vanita.
Mm-hmm.
If I swear, if I didn't have her, like, this would be crazy. Okay.
See?
Right.
I don't have like your traditional family. I don't have that, and I haven't had it since I was 10. Mm-hmm. So I basically raised myself, basically did everything on my own. So with her, it's like I get to be a baby and I get to like chill out and not have to be in a thought, or, I can walk away from an appointment, and even if it was horrible, I know she's gonna have ice cream waiting for me in the car. So
that's what I'm talking about.
And then my baby brother Devin, he's with me now. He is 16. He was a delinquent at one point, and he served about maybe 3 years. And he's on the spectrum. He has a lot of different issues, but he overcame them. He was able to, he got out or whatever.
That's love.
Good behavior. He's young. And my mama died when he was 2. So we didn't see each other forever, never saw him. And eventually we got in touch, and I visited him there every day. Every time it was a visit, every holiday visit, I went up there and to visit him. And so now it was a point where he was gonna go to foster care. And I literally, like, my stomach kept turning. I'm like, okay, these people may not sign him over to me, but God is telling me don't leave him. Like, he's been left too long. And I know what it's like to be by myself. So now I have him, and we're going through that process. So he kind of keep me going. I feel like he gave me that little to fight a little bit more. Cause
fight for love, Dance. Fight for love, girl.
He just be nudging me to, keep going, keep doing whatever. Cause this summer, health wise, not good. Just yesterday, not good. But seeing him when I come home and seeing what he's been through and what he's able to accomplish, I'm excited.
You know where he's coming from. You're right. You know where. And love covers what? A whole multitude. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
He don't feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, I really know you now.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh
yes. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought him up. I was going to ask you about him because like everything you post on Facebook, I see it.
Yeah.
so I know some of the stuff you're dealing with, and it made, the more I saw and the more you expressed it, it made it important to me that you get a chance to, not in book form, but actually live tell your story, at least a little bit more of it than what we know. And I'm telling you, we love you. We appreciate everything that you're doing.
Goodness.
God loves you.
Oh yes.
He loves his soldiers, and you definitely one of his soldiers.
Oh, that's what I say. You inspire so many, even me. I just don't. Like I said, I don't even think I could do as great as you have done in inspiring people, and just, I'm telling you, you just touched me so.
Thank you so much. You touch me, because me as a person, I'm not a people person. Like, I'm nice, but I don't. But your spirit, when you opened up your arms, I was like, oh, I gotta give her a hug. This is nice. So for real, like, a lot of times hugging a lot of y'all in New Prospect, y'all, you didn't know what I was going home to. You didn't know the things, and y'all really like stopped me from doing a lot of harm to myself. So I would like to thank you for that. And you guys as a couple, because y'all are my favorite couple. So I always say that because I love y'all. So, but no, seeing y'all and just telling me, keep up the good work, Destinee, don't give up, or you inspire me, or sing this song, it just made me feel like somebody cared. Yeah. Cared a little bit more about me.
Yeah, that's right. You listen to Worth every now and again, now, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, every time, especially every time you sing, you inspire multitudes. I know there was a fundraiser over at Hartford a couple years ago, and they had your name on the flyer. And your New Prospect showed out that day. Yeah. Because we thought you was gonna sing. We came there to see you sing. We ain't come to see my man. I ain't trying to throw no shade, but we came there.
It was crazy. Huh? It was a crazy day. It was a crazy day.
Yeah. We all sitting there like, okay, now wait a minute. When Destinee gonna sing? What's up with this? So they threw your name out there. So we said, okay, we ain't gonna tear the church up, but we was a little salty about that.
That's all right. It was for you, so
right. So know that there are many who love you, rooting for you, and going through and feeling your pain each and every day.
I know that. That name of yours come up in Heavenly Staff meeting every day. So that book is getting closer and closer.
Yes.
All your other accomplishments will be on the way.
So I'll say, is there anything else that you want to share with the people that's listening in?
I would like to say thank y'all for having me. I know you may not be ending this, but I just want to say that first. And also, just thank y'all for the support so far. I've gotten a lot of support, and I took a lot of time in my life counting how many people weren't there for me, and was more upset that family blood wasn't there. But then I realized, you make up your own family.
Yes.
And so I have a lot of family from all over the world, and so I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, you international.
Right, and getting all these messages of love every day, and people mail me stuff and all type of things. So I'm just appreciative for that, and I really, really hope that who is ever watching sees me and know that you can just make it through any and everything. Like faith is it. That's the only way I'm able to do this. Yeah. And so I trust that. Like when I sit in this chair, it ain't gonna break. So you just gotta every situation.
I hear you.
Right. Yeah,
Woo.
and you know what you just said is so important that we understand. We, you know, what goes wrong in our life, we don't have much control over it, and so we shouldn't spend a lot of time worrying about that. It is what it is, as they say. But the love. As long as we concentrate on the love and focus on that, we're gonna be all right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because
Trust in
if
God,
nothing else,
yes.
if nothing else is true, Jesus loves you,
Mhm.
and
And
you,
we do
and we do
too.
too.
I know you
And you can take that
I
to the bank.
can't wait.
You can
would.
take that to the bank.
Woo.
So that's the what we gonna go ahead and let you go, because I know we done took up some of your time. I know you, and see, you ain't nervous now, are you?
No.
See, this was so easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So
Hey, you know what you know what you know, and you know
Right.
your story.
that's right. That's right. And your story is a story that a lot of people need to know, and more people know it now,
Mm-hmm.
because it's nothing like somebody that's overcoming. And you know, yea, though I walk through the valley,
Yes.
don't take
Yep.
residence in it. Keep on pushing through.
Yep.
And so we looking for that book. We looking for that podcast. We waiting for our invitation so we can join you.
Yeah.
You want to see that?
I'll let y'all know ASAP.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get ASAP.
All right. Because I'm out on social media every day. Every
I'm
day.
not, but yes.
Yeah, I'm on there every day. If I'm not on there, it's because they got me tied up doing some crazy
I
stuff.
know. I
But-
put him in the cage.
Yeah. But even
He
then,
on Facebook jail.
right. When I come home at night, I still check mine before I go to bed.
Right.
So you
Mhm.
keep on doing what you're doing. We love you.
I love you too.
We pulling for you, and we know that everything is gonna be what it's gonna be, and you're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
keep doing wonderful things. You keep doing them.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
All
you
right then.
take care, Destiny.
Tell Benita I said hi.
Thank you. I will. Love
All right.
y'all.
Love you.
Love
Bye now.
you. Bye bye. Thank you.